Well, hello everybody. It's Mama Goonie and I'm back. And I have a little bit of a reaction for you. And now I know that I don't have that many people in the studio, and that's perfectly fine. It's extremely late. I just got through watching this video before I was going to turn in, and ooh, oh boy, I'm going to turn this out a little bit. But it's a weekend, and who knows, maybe some people are out there that don't have dates or whatever. That's perfectly fine. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this reaction. And now I'm just going to let you know that this video, it is mm, about 35 minutes long. We're not going to take that entire time. I just want to go ahead and put out some of the key points of what this creator has brought to us. Now, this is the creator I want to present to you. Here she is. Doo-doo-doo. And if you want to listen to this podcast without my reaction, the link is provided down below so that you can be able to go ahead and listen to her undisturbed by some creepy little old lady that has an opinion. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. And one of the things that she points out to us is the uh, why do black women can't behind pay. I'm not sure what it says there. It's right there. I mean, I think that she probably meant black women can get behind Taylor Swift. But I mean, tip of that. I'm not saying that I'm an English scholar, so there you have it. So we're just going to go ahead and start right
Each
there.
episode of Daily Wire, which is called Backstage Live, where me and all the other hosts sit down and we just talk about various subjects, things that are going on in the news,
And yeah,
culturally. And a clip from Backstage went viral when it got to the discussion
and
regarding Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's romance. And what was
no, this is like what went viral with Taylor Swift. I personally am not a Swifty myself. Okay, some of the songs are slapping, but it's not in my time on Michael Jackson. Just saying. Okay, but that's me, and that was back in the 80s. 80s going into the 90s. So yeah, there was apparently at the time after the Super Bowl, there was some sort of like violence broke out. Somebody got hurt. Somebody has been unalived. And yeah, all Taylor Swift cares about and her man cares about is, you know, I guess getting it on. I don't know. I don't know. He won the Super Bowl. Whoopee. Okay. I'm not a sports fan. Don't care. But it reaches beyond that. And let me just go ahead and just kind of skip over here. Advertisement. Of course. Why not? No, because I am too cheap to pay for zero. Here, let's go
drops
ahead and
little
skip
clues
that.
so they know who it's about. I mean, it's totally psychotic if you really think about it. I don't think you appreciate how psychotic that is. That you can't date her for 2 weeks without her writing a song about you. I mean, what she did to John Mayer as well. He was like, I literally did nothing to her. Like we went on one date and I didn't deserve this. And then
Oh yeah, she wrote about everybody who she dated that she feel that they wronged her. I mean, that's some spiteful shades. I'm just not a fan of that. I'm not a fan. Yes, every person has a heartbreak. Hi there, Brett. Yes, I'm up late. But this one just caught me by surprise. But I mean, this what we're talking about here is that yeah, I'm not a Swiftie fan, but she does have a large presence And when she uses that presence and put out her difficulties with relationships, the guys that she wrote about, they get slammed with hate. And I'm not about that deal. I no, write about your heartache, but I'm saying just don't do that. I can't get behind Taylor Swift. No.
A
Yeah,
bunch
and
of
I
10-year-old girls whose brains are
agree,
not developed, who then go
but
into
then again, I'm
hacks
not a
where they like
Swiftie.
Scooter Braun's family, his young kids, literally had to go into hiding and get security because Taylor Swift wanted out of the deal that he legally purchased her catalog of music.
Yeah.
And she wrote this. You have to go.
Yeah, he did legally. Now this guy, and somebody bought her entire catalog of music. And if Taylor Swift wanted to buy her own damn catalog of music, she had the money then to do it if she wanted to. Yeah, so she has nothing to cry about. But I'm not really getting too much into the Taylor Swift thing. But it's what comes after
Very
this
much agree
that
with my
is
assessment. I'll just read
what
a couple
I
of
am
comments here. Tickle Pink
kind
wrote,
of concerned.
basically, she's saying she plays a Karen very well. This user wrote, I mean, she's not wrong. We all know this, LOL. But yeah, she's an amazing artist and all, but I def understand where Candace is coming from. She
Yeah,
basically
I
plays Karen
agree.
pretty well, and there's plenty.
I agree with you, Brett. That NFL thing is not about her. Okay? And if anything, Jessica Simpson did it first. She's in the Illuminati. Well, hey, sign me up. Okay? Sign me up. I want to be an Illuminati. Okay? Not the Illuminati on YouTube, but the real deal. But I mean, I get it. Nobody really likes her, but she casts a very broad net, saying that black women, and she didn't say most, she didn't say part, she didn't say some, black women, all of us don't like Taylor Swift. I think that is casting a huge net. Okay, and I can't get behind that statement because I'm pretty sure that there are black women, Hispanic women, Asian women, people of all races like Taylor Swift. They do. I'm not a fan. Red's not a fan. I'm not worried
Girls
about
with
that.
those ways, which is toxic, LMFAO. And by the way, this is something that has been well understood all across Black America. I'll also let you watch this clip when a newscaster asked somebody their opinion
And
about Taylor Swift recently. Take a listen.
oh boy, this is interesting here.
People they can't be mean to her instead of using it for its actual purpose. I don't know. It's just like the people she dates a lot.
Now she said this is a news broadcaster. I unless news broadcasting have decided to just dump all dress codes, that's not a news broadcaster. I'm not.
Like, I don't know. I just feel like it's not giving, like she's using it for quite the right reasons. Cloudy. Yeah, just like the whole Matty Healy thing and then Ice Spice. It was just like, it wasn't giving. Yeah.
Very interesting. A couple of things. She mentions Ice Spice. We'll get to that, but she also says
She never touched on Ice Spice. She never touched on that. So at least not that I've heard, and I might have missed it. But what is interesting is that look at those puppy sleeves, okay? Hey, ding, 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 ring a ding, ding. 80s want their puppy sleeves back. Hello. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. It's their style, and there's nothing wrong with that. Okay? It's just not mine. I mean, if I were to wear puppy sleeves like that now, I would look like I should be be a linebacker, but she don't. But yeah.
Taylor Swift uses feminism so that people can't be mean to her. And yeah, that's very true. Let's start with Scooter Braun, who I mentioned on that clip. Scooter Braun manages a ton of artists. He owns his own label, his own holdings companies, and he keeps purchasing more record labels under that holding company. So
That's called business. It's called the music industry. Yeah, Brett is. Everybody's asleep, gooch. Yeah, Scooter Braun. And, you know, Taylor really did him dirty. I mean, real dirty. He's a businessman. And guess what? It's about business.
let's back up and talk about who Taylor Swift is, because she's not exactly your typical artist who really had to break the bank to make it. I always say this, but if Taylor Swift wasn't one of the most famous people in the world, she would have had to settle with just being a rich girl. Yeah, her father was a stockbroker for Merrill Lynch. Her mom was a mutual fund marketing executive. So they had.
Okay. Um, to tell you quite honestly, no one really particularly cares about what her mom and dad does. I mean, maybe there is an interest out there. It's just that I'm not interested. I, I I don't care. But as far as for this is concerned, this is what I'm going to move into right here. And this is um
My work, music I wrote on my bedroom floor, and videos I dreamed up and paid for from the money.
now this is Taylor Swift and what she how she is such a poor girl. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. This is basically using her words to not only shame a guy for buying her entire catalog, but also to basically sick her audience at him and bring, distress and you know, feel unsafe in their own homes. This man and his family. I, I, that's not a problem I experienced being a black woman, but okay.
I earned playing in bars, then clubs and arenas, then stadiums. Some fun facts about today's news. I learned about Scooter Braun's purchase of my master's as it was announced to the world. All I could think about was the incessant manipulative bullying I've received at his hands for years. Like when.
Brad, you could hear this, right? I don't know if you can hear this. But no, she had an opportunity to buy her master's if she wants to. That's a lie. But scooching over, this is what I am kind of furious. I personally laugh at this here. Okay, and she's all buddy buddy up with Kanye West, and I say, and I would have to say, yeah, this is Kanye West, Taylor Swift, buddy buddy, and then she goes into stuff like uh, that Kanye West made her famous. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He did make her famous. He totally made her famous. That little doodad that happened at the was it the MTV Awards or Video Awards or the Grammys? I don't know. I don't have my facts straight. Okay. Sue me. But after that little deal that he say, excuse me, I won't let you finish. But Beyonce have the best video of the year. I'm sorry, but I still find it funny. I still find that funny. And that she never discussed the issues with Kanye West and Kim Kardashian. The damn love sack. Actually, I want one of those. I'm down for those.
was
But
way
no.
more into the she owes you sex, but then the O part was like the feminist group.
The only thing I'm
that I
drinking
was like,
tonight is a Diet
Yeah.
Crush.
I mean, they're both really edgy, but that's the only thing about that line is that it's like
That happened. And that got leaked on the internet. But you know something? You know, what I'm just pointing out is that this lady right here is throwing a huge blanket over the black women community, saying that we're not fans. I'm sure they're out there. Okay, and just picking out one interview with one black woman doesn't mean it makes a blanket statement for all. And she didn't say anything about that. She didn't make that point. Can't hear the video, sound sucks. Okay, I will fix that. Yeah, the video, the sound is kind of low. So here we go. Let's see if it's better.
Her statement that she released through her rep because she wasn't expecting her fans to be so angry about the line. So she just flipped on him publicly. And then when those phone calls were leaked, it made her look very bad. And she held on to that anger for so long that she then did something horrific to Scooter Braun to right that perceived wrong, right? Oh my God, now people are seeing that I'm actually quite manipulative and I'm going to get even with Scooter Braun because Scooter Braun at that time when that song was released was Kanye's manager. That is how she works. That is how she operates. There have been many men that have come out and said things like this. Calvin Harris.
Yeah, Calvin Harris. That poor guy. Well, this is what shapes my butt. My little ratchet butt is this one right here. Okay, does it sound better? Because this is where most of the video is going to be in anyway. And it's right here. This one here. OnlyFans mom's kids expelled from school. Now, this what angers me.
So really interesting story coming out of Florida. Basically, a mom enrolled her children into a Christian school. And now both of
which that mom has every right to do. Every right.
Of her sons have been expelled from that Christian school because she decided to put an OnlyFans decal on her car promoting her side job on OnlyFans, where she produces pornographic content. Take a listen to.
Duh. You know, I mean, in reality, okay, you make your money when you make your money. Make your money wherever way you make your money. As long as, as in my humble opinion, as long as it isn't hurting anybody, I don't see anything wrong with it. The porn in the industry, you know, that industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and I see nothing wrong with a mom making her money to support her family. I see nothing wrong with it. It pays the bills. Hubba hubba. Let's see.
to her talking to a local news station about what happened.
This morning, controversy near Orlando after a Florida private school expelled 2 children over a dispute with their mother. At issue, a sticker on Michelle Klein's car promoting her OnlyFans page.
It's definitely linked
It's called advertising. It's called advertising. Just the same as if you were to advertise that you sell Tupperware, Mary Kay, Herbalife, all those Pampered Chef, all of those. This is advertising. As it is advertising. Yeah, people gonna say something, but something that's the key. That's the idea. That's the idea. It will get people talking. Guess what? When people are talking, people get interested. People get interested, people get curious. And the internet is there. I said, go ahead, girl, make your money. Look at that. Nice dye job. I'm just saying.
to, explicit content, adult content for sure. My husband and I have this, little wild, behind closed doors lifestyle that we've now decided to share.
OnlyFans is an online platform often
And I see nothing wrong with it. I see absolutely nothing wrong with it.
used by adult content creators to monetize photos and videos. Other parents at Liberty Christian
I'm wondering if I could sell my pictures of my feet on the OnlyFans. Would people be interested in my feet? I don't know. Okay, here we go.
preparatory school are not fans of promoting that site.
That's a distraction to my children. And no matter how poorly or how good I parent, porn.
That's your job. How you just said it right there. You just said it right there. No matter how good or how poorly, they're kids and they're going to be, curious about the max. They're going to be interested. They're going to be curious. And it's up to the parents to educate their children. It is up to the parents. That is, lady, that's your responsibility. Yours.
Is there.
At first, the school asked Klein not to bring the car on campus unless the decal was removed and urged her to drop her kids off across the street.
I was forced to have.
So basically, they're shaming her. They are shaming her. Well, guess what? Her money is still green. So therefore, if she wants to pay for a Christian education, then why not? The money is still green. The money is still green. She's paying for that education. So I fail to see the problem with it still. Maybe when I was trying to be a Christian girl back a few decades ago, I might say something different because I'm trying to be a good Christian, but that did not work out. Now, did it? Now it's like, something, let people live. I don't think so. That's not a dope dealer. And that's a bomb-ass car.
To, take it off or not come on campus.
And then the school sent a letter saying your family's enrollment with LCPS is terminated, effective immediately.
So when you hear
So did they give her a refund for what she paid for? Did they give that refund? Because they're punishing the children and taking away their right to education. So I don't know, as far as well, good night there, Brett. But in my humble opinion, her money is green. Pay for that education. And if they, because of the parents' lifestyle, and isn't in the Bible not to punish the children for the deeds of the parents? Isn't that in the Bible? Isn't that there? I mean, if you want to be a true Christian, okay, let's get real. That is in the Bible. That I'm just saying.
Hear that story, obviously, it's clear that they gave her an opportunity to remove the decal and said basically this is not allowed on our.
Yes, she was told to remove the decal, but what's missing is how much time did she have to remove the decal? Was it a week, a month, 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours? How much time? Because removing those type of decals, you have to set up an appointment so that it doesn't, so that the removal of that decal doesn't damage the windshield, that doesn't damage the back of the car. And with a decal like that, and she had things like a darkened windshield back there. I don't know what is it called. It's darkened. So that means that there's an application to place a film over the back of that windshield to darken it. And then she put a decal over it. So if you put a decal over it, and if you do not remove it correctly or by a professional, then guess what happens? You will ruin that film that darkens the back of that the back of the windshield of the car. So how much time was she given? What's your facts, miss? Where's the facts? Was she given 24 hours, 72? Did she have an opportunity to go and set up that appointment to have it professionally removed? I have questions. I have no answers.
Christian campus, and she refused to because I guess she just wants to promote her pornography and she's not quite sure what the problem is.
And I dare anybody to tell me that workers of that promiscuous field is not in the Bible. I want you to tell me that they did not exist. I know that a lot of people that do their Bible thump do a lot of cherry picking. So yeah. And there's a reason why it's called the oldest profession known to man. There's a reason for it. Because at that time, the days of the Bible, if you're not able to get married or have children and the husband wants to move on to another woman, the female has been distributed over into as a worker, lady of the night or day, depends on whenever the people who just choose to purchase the product need to get it going. But it's okay for the women. It is considered to be a respectable profession, and it does serve a need. So how is this any different? It sounds like somebody are throwing stones. He who hath not sinned cast the first stone. And I'm seeing a lot of stone throwing, and I'm seeing a lot of sinning. That sounds like that this person has made her decision and passed judgment. And this is not her position to do. This is not her job. According to the people who follow the Bible, there's or whether they like it or not, they're not the ones who could be able to go and judge another person. But there's going to be more of this judging. Well, there's more. Oh, there's some more coming. But here we go.
And you can see why she's not quite sure, especially because, as we talk about on the show all the time, pornography is just something that we have grown to accept. Softcore pornography everywhere via advertisements. And
yes, advertisement on late night television, hey, that is an okay thing.
It has become, honestly, something that is ruining our society. Every
I'm going to disagree. I am going to disagree with you there. I don't feel that's what's ruining society. I feel that the minds of people who have distrustful lifestyle natures is what's ruining society. So I seriously don't think that this is what's ruining society. I feel drugs ruin society, hardcore drugs, alcohol ruin society. Okay, I've seen too many lives. But to present yourself on the internet and doing a service and have maybe a few people, maybe hundreds, maybe thousands, maybe tens of thousands of people watching and paying for it. And paying for it. Ooh. Mm-mm. Now, as far as for does it ruin marriages? Well, now I would have to say, in my previous marriage, we were divorced because I have caught him actually cheating, like cheating, and lied about it. That's what caused the divorce, not because that he was watching pornography. Not that.
layer of it. Men are rendered weaker by pornography. It has become an addiction for a lot of men. It is ruining families.
Oh boy. Okay. Oh gosh, this is funny. Okay. As far as for men is concerned, okay, does it as men, you men out there, okay, does it make you weaker? Because I mean, if not more than once, I'm hearing that women are the weaker sex. In terms of gender, women are the weaker. But what will make you stronger is to recognize that there are certain different lifestyles and that you being aware of them. And what do you want to do? Do you want to partake or do you choose not to partake? I'm just saying. Jeez.
It is ruining faith. And yet we are seeing more.
I'm going to disagree with you about ruining faith because these type of workers are in the Bible. And JC has visited these houses. I'm not sure what I can be able to do to make this YouTube friendly. I'm trying, people. Okay, but I guess she's got 2.79 million subscribers. I guess that she could get away with it, but I can't. Let's just a second. Sorry about that, everybody. Just saying hello to my son from his night evening work. But let's go ahead and continue.
More and more, this sort of an instance where people are trying to mainstream it, which is why the internet was divided on this. Some people actually were coming to her defense, a lot of people saying that it's not fair that they punished the children for the actions of their mother.
Well, right there. It's right there. And guess what? What? Oh my goodness. Those trash pandits. Okay? Nah. Just be careful there, okay? Just be careful. But going back into this, okay, and I refer to the Bible again. Okay, and it says, do not punish the child for the deeds of the parent. And that's exactly what they do. And they call themselves a Christian church, a Christian school. And I personally would like to see the orientation, see the terms and conditions of attending that school, if you can or cannot make such advertisements on your vehicle, your personal vehicle. I would like to see it. They didn't touch any of that. They didn't touch any of that. I just want, okay, she's reporting it as is and giving her opinion, which is all well and good. This is YouTube. It's a free country, freedom of speech. And so does that mom who has an OnlyFans. They're imposing on her freedom of speech, freedom of expression. They're imposing on that. And, if it was in their materials to attend the school, the type of behaviors that the parents should have when it comes to the children attending that school, I personally would like to see it. If there's not supposed to be any type of advertising on the car, that includes any multi-level marketing, such as Herbalife, Tupperware, Avon, so on. That means it includes all of them. So I'm wondering how many parents have advertisements on their car promoting their multi-level marketing. And are they being addressed the same way? But I can assure you that mom is making way more money than they are. Way more.
What would you expect this Christian school to do? It's a Christian school. I
follow its own Christian principles. That's what it's supposed to do. Follow its own principles that is dictated into that book. That's what I expect for them to do. Follow their own guidelines.
Would imagine that they want to abide by, I don't know, Christianity. Pornography.
Well, it is. And she actually technically is. As a matter of fact, she is the very existing representative of Christianity. She is. Yeah. Guess what? The worker industry, a lot of those women are Christians. So you're saying that because of what the type of work they do, they're not considered Christians? I'm just saying. But that's what I'm just saying.
Pornography will probably be problematic, which is why when the principal of the school was asked about this, his name is Jeremy Thomas, he said, yeah, no,
Wow, she doxed him. Wow, okay.
We're pretty consistent here on what the teachings of the Bible are. This is the quote that he gave the New York Post. Pornography is a vice and a sexual sin that destroys lives and breaks up marriages. So they are.
What's the quote in the Bible for that? What's the quote? I'm very curious. I wonder where's the quote in that? Because I mean, those type of workers' houses has existed in biblical times. They existed. It's not a new thing. Again, oldest profession known to man.
Are very happy to stand by the Bible. And what I would say is, I can't imagine, paying for my children to go to a private Christian school because you think there is so much sin in this world. There is. And maybe I can avoid some of that sin by enrolling them into a school that focuses on the Bible. By the way, that used to be all schools. All schools used to teach the Bible. And
that's not true. That is not true. Okay, not all schools teach the Bible. No, that's not true. Okay, I want to know exactly what point in time, what schools that teaches the Bible in class. I want to know that. Where's your proof on that? I think that's more opinion. I mean, there has been talks back in the day about prayers in school, but not having the Bible being taught in school. I mean, how far back are we talking? Early 1900s, 1800s, 1700s? When? When did that happen? Okay, mm-mm.
And I very much believe that society went into a steep decline when they removed the Bible from the classroom. In public schools, when the Department of Education took over, they said no more Bible teachings, right? And so what is...
I'm going to look this up. I'm going to look this up because I really feel that she is... I could be wrong. And that's why Google's our best friend, okay? Were removed from public schools. Okay, when Bible studies were removed from public schools. That's what I want to know. Okay. Okay, here. I'm going to share this part here. We're going to share this. We'll get back to her in just about a moment. But I can accept, being wrong. Okay. And it does says in the 1960s that the Supreme Court ruled that devotional Bible reading by school officials is unconstitutional. Okay. Now, why? Because not everybody is Christian. Not everybody is Christian. And I personally feel that the time for schools to get the education so that the kids will learn how to read, write, arithmetic, social studies, science. I think that's the better time spent. History. Better time spent than looking at a Bible and learning about Jesus. But here it is. Okay? So I was wrong and I could accept that. So I'm pretty sure that this young lady here was not born in the 1960s. I'm pretty confident on that she is not born in the 1960s. I feel that this young lady need to have a little bit more life experience than just, reading her life and relying her life to a book. Yeah, I said it.
Has happened, obviously, is that our society has now embraced something to replace it, all types of different things to replace it.
Yeah, all types of things. Science, math, history, social studies, reading. Yeah, easily replaceable. I would easily replace all that with the instead of having Bible studies. That, yeah, I would pull if it was legal back in the day to have Bible studies in public schools, I would pull my kids out of that school. I would give up my life, okay, and dedicated myself into educating my children without the freaking Bible. Now, I will teach them right from wrong, but it's not going to be a Bible study. It will be more of a morals and ethics course rather than a Bible study course. I said it. I said it.
All types of different vices and sins. So I can imagine being that parent who says, this is how I'm going to avoid it. I'm going to enroll into private school. I'm going to pay that extra money for this education. Then you just got a mom who's like, no, I want to promote OnlyFans. I want to promote my site at this school. Why? What is wrong?
It's not just that school. It's on the back of her car. So it's not just that school, poignantly to that school. It is everywhere who is interested in getting into her OnlyFans page. It's called promotion. It's called sales. It's called sparking an interest. And if it's your husband that all of a sudden is sparked an interest in wanting to see this lady on her OnlyFans page, then that is a conversation between you and your husband. If you feel wrong about it, that's just a reality. Wake up and smell the coffee.
With you? Are you a disturbed individual? How difficult would it be for you not to promote your OnlyFans site website while you are visiting or picking up your children every single day at school? Is it that difficult? No. Well, apparently she makes over $20,000 a month on her X-rated career. So she just...
Woo! More than you? I bet it. More than you. $20,000 a month? Hell yeah. Let her make her green. Okay, she's paying for the tuition with that green. So who are you? Is this the moral majority? I don't know. Yo, Daniel.
Sees this as this is mommy's job. I 100%, by the way, agree with that woman that you saw in the news clip that they made the right decision. They made the right decision because it's not a...
I don't think they did. I disagree. Because tell me again that there are no whorehouses in the Bible, like zero, like none. Like zero, like none. I dare you to tell me that. Preach that to me, please. That there's zero, there's none, none at all. Listen, back in the biblical days, if you're not able to get married, and we're talking about the age of consent of marriage is 13. Woo, super young. And you can't have babies. Guess what happens to those women? Those husbands are not going to keep those women. No. As a matter of fact, they have a multitude of wives, more than one. Job didn't say that he has a wife. He said it was told that he has wives, plural. So if you feel that they made a right decision here, then maybe that your husband might want to pick up another wife. If that's how it goes, if how that flies, sorry, but you can't. I'm cherry picking because the Christian majority do their own cherry picking. And trust, I have read the Bible cover to cover. Why? Because I read books. And I read it cover to cover. And there's so many contradictions, so many conflicts. It's mind-boggling. And it seems like that it skips so much. So, nah, we're not gonna go there, Miss Lady.
About her two children, it's about all the rest of them. It's about the expectations that the parents have when they enroll them into the academy, that they won't be exposed to any type of pornographic material. Do I feel bad?
Where I want to see that document. I would like to see that. I mean, I would love to see that document, and maybe at some point in time when I have more time and it's not like 2 a.m. in my time zone to look it up. I mean, the things do change from then to now. So, yeah.
Bad for her children? Yes, I feel very bad for her children, not only because she has no shame, because she's now doing the.
Now, this is a classic example of slut shaming right there. Classic example right there. Honey, she's making $20,000 a month. And exactly what are you doing on YouTube then? I'm just saying. I'm just saying, and I know that I am here too. I'm right here too. But you're doling up a service for people to watch. Ooh. Doling up a service for people to watch. Okay, let's go on.
The rounds in the media to talk about the fact that she does pornography. So you can only imagine how their lives are going to be warped by what their mother does. A woman that just embraces pornography. She has two.
Well, number one, the mother is an entrepreneur, basically. I mean, yeah, she works for a company, but she's making her own money. She's paying her own bills. And I don't know what the situation is with mother and the kids. And I'm shocked. I am shocked and surprised that she didn't bring up the man of the family. Where's the father in this situation? I am shocked. Totally shocked. Totally shocked. I just want to point out to you guys that at one point in time that there was a bill where that the triple X, I'm just saying that where that it can be voted that the triple X sites can be designated instead of a .com, a .org, that they can push for a triple X to indicate that it is a a sexy site. It's a lovey-dovey site. It's an explicit site. There you go. That's the word. That it is an explicit site. So they can be able to tag it at the end instead of a .com, .org. It's a triple X. But for those who don't want that material to show up in their history, in their feeds, guess what? You could be able to set it up in your browser or in your router, or in your modem, rather. Your modem, but the router. to block all sites ending in triple X. Oh my gosh. So for those who don't want that nasty smut on their computer system and coming through on their computer system, you can be able to block it. It is that simple. All you have to do is anything .xxx, block it. Block anything that ends with .xxx. Simple, easy. It can be done. But guess what? That failed. That failed tremendously. And if that had passed, then the industry would have gone from a multi-billion-dollar to a multi-trillion-dollar industry. It would have profited big time. Because you'll have to pay to see the XXX sites. Simple. And also that if you don't want your family to go to OnlyFans, guess what? You could block that site on your computer system too. Simple, easy, can be done. So it's all a matter of, oh, they're going to go ahead and go wild. Could block it on their phones, they could block it on their tablets, you could block it on your computers and at your home internet. You could block it. If you don't want that in your home, block it. It's easy. It's easier than you think. But, I mean, that's all you have to do. If she could advertise all she wants, but if you had that site blocked on your internet, and I'm sure that the school has a Wi-Fi system, they could block it too. They could block it directly on the smartphones. They could block it directly onto tablets. They could block it. It can be done. Please give me a break.
Sons. As I said, pornography addiction, it is absolutely crippling for men. So you can imagine that her sons will in the future be crippled by that addiction.
I want any man to, I want you to post a comment, okay, at the end of this stream. I would like for you to post a comment. Does going to those type of sites cripple you as a man or as a woman? Is it crippling to you? Are you addicted to watching? Because, still, we all like to watch something, whether it's OnlyFans, YouTube, TikTok, you name it. Want to watch and it's entertaining to you? Guess what? You're going to watch. Again, I say, if you don't want it on your computers, you can block it. How about that, lady? How about that, Miss Thing? Okay? And if you don't know how to block it, guess what? That's what Google is for. You can Google it. Google it. Google it. Google it, boo-boo. Google it.
Crippled by that normalization of pornography and also so embarrassed.
Normalization. The normalization of that material is not new. Nope. It may, and oh my goodness, you get caught with a Playboy magazine in school. That's something that had to be discussed between the child and the parent. But it should not be dictated by the school. If they busted with it, fine. School has a responsibility to report it to the parent. The parent will address it with the child.
Embarrassed, just so embarrassed. If that was your parent on the news acting so casually, imagine how they're going to be made fun of if they.
It's confidence. And you know something? let's be real about this, okay? Now, maybe some school bullies, and that is bullies, would like to go ahead and tease a child about that, then that is on the bully, not on the mom, not on the kids. But I have a strong feeling that those kids would be pretty popular. Pretty popular. That's what I think. They're going to be very popular. Okay.
They now have to enter public school, which I imagine might be the circumstance because you do have to get into private schools. And you
Well, okay. Now, that I disagree because she can teach her kids at home. Homeschooling is a thing. And there are other private schools available. There's others. There are other private schools. Christian schools is not the one and only thing out there. Sorry, Charlie.
just have friends that can watch your mom.
Jorge.
Now, you have friends to watch your mom. That is on the kids and the parents, and if they allow that in their homes.
Has always put the ones he loves
It's
first.
called
But when it comes to
blocking.
caring for his teeth,
There we go.
That can just pay monthly to watch your mom create
It's called blocking. It's called blocking.
porn for them.
There is a feature that you can be able to block anything that requires the age of, I think it's 18 and over. Or you could just block the site from your router. You can do that.
Absolutely sickening. Parents
I think what's sickening? I think it's sickening is your lack of education. Your lack of education on technology. That's what I find sickening. And how dare you shame a mom for providing for her kids? How dare you? How dare you? You don't know her life. You don't know her circumstance. How dare you? This is what I would say is judging. She is judging this mom on how she raises her kids. You're judging. You're judging. You're judging. And who should be the only person that should be judging? According to the Bible, who should be the one who judges? Who? Won't answer that question, huh? Oh, maybe because you paused.
have no shame and they impact.
There we go. There's the slut shaming right there. There it is. She's basically slut shaming her. I don't feel it's fair. I really don't feel it's fair. And you know, it's not fair. It's not cool. It's her. It's the mom's life. It's her body, her decisions. She's an adult. She's making the money. I mean, come on. Let me see here. Hang on. Times 12. She's making $240,000 a year. $240,000 a year. There are people who went to college, got an education, got a bachelor's degree, master's degrees, PhD that don't make that kind of cash. They just don't. They don't make that kind of cash. Let me see. How many views? And you know, you're probably making that right now. So I guess that you're in a position. No, you're not in a position to judge. Nope, because you are not God. Okay? Now, this next part, okay, Can say.
their young children. And unfortunately for these young children, they are already seeing the consequences, having to face the consequences. Is that we are living in a matriarchy, obviously, and women are controlling a lot and pretending that they're suffering from men. And this matriarchy tells women.
Okay. So we're living in a matriarchy. Interesting.
Women what to be, and it's always everything.
We're going to go into what she talks about Kristen Stewart. And in case you don't know who Kristen Stewart is, okay, she is very popular with the Twilight series movies, incredibly, as Bella. Yeah, as Bella. Okay, and as you probably know, that she went in from relationship to relationship to relationship, and she finally came out to the public as being gay. Okay, she's gay. Okay, and she is this one. I mean, this is like the sweet and the biggest part that I took issue to. Okay, I really take issue to this because it definitely, I find it applicable to me in some ways. It's just her overall tone that I don't appreciate. So let's go ahead.
But just a woman, right? You are either going to be really disgusting and spread your legs apart and sell yourself to everybody on OnlyFans, right? That's like the hoe philosophy. Or
wow. The epitome of slut shaming right there. Okay, you're the hoe, but she's a rich hoe. Just saying.
Or they're telling women that you should be like men. Really. And this is what the entire purpose of this Rolling Stone article is. It's to make Kristen Stewart look like she's so brave because really she's just acting like a dude. So this is the actual photo of the cover, and they're going, oh.
Why does she have to act like a dude? Why is it that she has to act like a dude? And this is Kristen Stewart. Let me just go ahead and skip past that because I don't know how YouTube will feel about me showing it. But you saw a little bit.
People, for young people to go, oh my God, she's so cool. She's so cool. And here's some more photos I'm going to show you. Here she is again in her underwear. She's wearing.
I think she's absolutely beautiful. I think she's stunning. But you don't have to look at this way, in this perspective. Could you tell me what is wrong with this picture? Now the other part, grabbing her private parts is like, ooh, that is so risque. Guess what? There are people who are leaders that have done some pretty risque things. Okay, like Miley Cyrus. Okay, Madonna, Josephine Baker. We could go back. That has done things that is outside of the mold of what a woman or lady, if you prefer, whatever, should present herself to the public. Guess what? This is hot. And if she doesn't feel that it's hot, I'm going to get something to drink real quick. I'll be right back. I'm just going to be going over here. All right. Yummy. I got my sugar-free, zero sugar, sun-kissed orange. Yum. Now, I think that she's absolutely beautiful. And we're going to have to take a look at it this way. She's a grown woman. And guess what? Sometimes picture something similar to something like this is also a way to bring her up. I'm not telling everybody that Kristen Stewart is an angel. There are no such things as an angel in the human body. Doesn't happen, doesn't exist. But here, I mean, it's like knees are, beautiful.
Just a Nike shirt. She looks like a guy that's just in the gym, maybe getting ready.
Wait a minute. She looks like a guy. You mean you can't tell the difference between a male and a female? Oh my. Well, if you look, okay, she has, a bosom, and she's missing something down there. So you can't tell the difference? And to tell you quite honestly, what she's wearing is not new. This is not new. I have seen women wearing shorts shorter than that. This is not new. As a matter of fact, I feel that she's being respectful and she's fully covered. Everything that is covered has been covered. And if you look at this little picture here, she's still covered. The essential body parts are covered. She's not, flinging out her boobies for the world to show. This is tastefully done.
For the game. Here's another photo of her from the shoot, legs open, wearing a t-shirt that says "Eat Me."
Even though that is, I agree, is a bit more suggestive, but in the modeling field, there's a lot of crotch shots. This isn't new. There's a bunch of crotch shots out there. Crotch shots. Okay. Is again fully covered. Nothing is showing. And eat me. Please. I worn a bright pink ass sweatshirt that said absolutely across it. Don't know what the meaning behind it then, but as far as I'm concerned, it was a positive word. But it's a bright pink shirt and white lettering that says absolutely right across it. Could mean anything, I guess. But again, beautiful. Okay, that's doing this type of shot is not new. Not new at all.
Just kind of looking very gender fluid, which is how she describes herself in this article. And I just wanted to, since I think...
What's the matter of showing gender fluidity? What's wrong with that? Is there a problem with that? Because already at her tone of this, that is sounding a bit anti-LGBTQ plus community. The tone is very, very negative.
My audience is now very aware of this sort of propaganda. I hope that any person that listens to this...
Propaganda? It's advertising. It's advertising. We saw her advertise a Eat Me shirt. We saw her advertise a Nike shirt. You think that those companies don't get a kickback from that? And plus, Rolling Stone, business, selling magazines. Boom, boom, boom. Selling magazines like crazy.
This podcast is now training their mind to recognize propaganda everywhere that they see it.
Propaganda, there it is. When I think of propaganda, I'm thinking, anti-Semitic propaganda. That's what I would think of propaganda. I'm thinking political. There, okay? I'm going to have to disagree with you, okay? She's beautiful, though. Isn't she pretty? But, I'm sorry, not sorry, but this world does not run around the Bible. It doesn't. It's not. It's reality.
I'm going to read you some quotations from the article which was written to accompany this cover, which, by the way, I'm going to have to park aside the death of the English language. The person who's writing this article can barely speak English. The first sentence.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Seriously?
Is Kristen Stewart is strong as F. And I do not mean this metaphorically. Like, what? How do you have a job? Literally, how are you writing? How's this your literal job to write? Strong as F. Anyways, let's get to some quotations. She leans toward me.
Well, that means this person apparently got the job. Is that hating on somebody who has the job? Oh, come on. Get over it.
Just to be clear, it's written in first person. So he's writing about his experience meeting with Kristen Stewart, this non-writer. She leans toward me.
Wow. Dang. Not cool. Not cool at all.
Legs wide and elbows on her knees. We'll figure something out, she says. So you already get this picture.
Okay, so we got this picture of her legs wide, elbows to her knees. So that sounds like that is a conversation that is spoken in confidence. I mean, have you guys ever seen somebody leaning forward, legs wide, and elbows to the knees? That is a confidence stance. It's like, we can be able to go ahead and figure this out. Don't worry, we got this. That's wrong? Oh man.
Of her being a dude, right? She leans forward. She's got her legs really wide, her elbows on her knees.
So that's only a stance that a man can have? Okay. Well, I'm going to have to disagree. We can agree to disagree. But I disagree. Firmly disagree.
Knees. And he just keeps talking about how she's drinking and she's super cool. She takes a swig of beer and leans back into the sofa. I never have felt like I have performed a femininity in order to reap its benefits in the way that felt like a lie, she continued.
That's an interesting statement that she made. Okay, I'm just saying, that's a statement. That's a huge statement. A very firm and confident statement.
I'm very fluid, and I've never felt like, oh, wow, I was doing this lie for a long time in order to get jobs.
Okay. Hold up. There's more. See, that would be wrong. I would have to have a good time playing with all of the tonal qualities. But there's so much more room for success when you choose the girly one. That's the way how film industry works. Okay? There's no room for this other one. Look. As a matter of fact, I'm I'm still working on finishing an audiobook, and this is referring to an actor who is transgendered. And he talked about when he was doing and playing the female roles, how that it feels disconnected and disjointed. That he did not feel that he really evolved as an actor, being, playing in these female roles. But I just watched him, okay, when he was living his previous life, a movie where that he played a doctor and an intern doctor. Okay, unfortunately, no, I'm not going to give you any spoilers on it, but it's called the recent version of Flatliners, and that the interns are dressed in blouses, skirts, okay, heels. When you're working in a hospital, especially in the emergency ward, you're not wearing that. You're wearing scrubs. You're wearing supportive shoes. You're not wearing a blouse, a skirt, you know, and tight pants and very sexually driven clothing. They did that. They put them in those costumes for the movie. While the men, okay, they're wearing a little bit more appropriate attire: slacks, flat shoes, the coat, the shirt, ties. Fine. You see that there's a misbalance there in Hollywood. There's a misbalance, and it is definitely seen. I see it. I recognize it. And being that I'm a child of a woman who worked as a nurse, she will have blisters for days wearing heels. And the skirt, not practical for the job at all. Tight jeans, not practical for the job at all. You would not be able to function, you would not be able to work to the best of your ability in that type of constrictive clothing. So to dress like a lady and be an emergency doctor intern, no, that doesn't work. And a lot of these actors, when they play these restrictive roles, these girly roles, they're not being their true selves. They're not feeling like that they are, giving out the best to their ability as an actor. That's what I said. Okay, moving on.
Like, oh, wow, I was doing this live for a long time in order to get jobs. So yeah, there you have it. She's basically right there up front telling you, like, and he's trying to describe this, she's in.
Well, there we go with the cherry picking. Seems like a common thing. Cherry pick away, Leslie. Cherry pick away.
Embracing this masculinity. She's fluid. She's telling you that there's nothing wrong with not being feminine whatsoever, because as I said, this is the cultural conditioning that's happening right now.
Cultural conditioning. Cultural conditioning. And let's just go ahead, and I'm just gonna open your minds to the idea of cultural conditioning. Cultural conditioning is presenting an idea and spreading it out to affect the opinions of others. That is cultural conditioning. It's not not something that should be demonized, but it is an education to open your mind that there are other things outside of this. You may be a person, but what about B through Z? Well, if you only shelter yourself to only know about an A personality, then you are going to be very naive to the rest, the B through Z. You're going to be incredibly naive. Let's go ahead and take
They're
a look.
also talking about, and the purpose of this cover story is that she has a movie that's coming out, and she's playing somebody who she describes as dykey, right? That's a word that if I
Okay. Now, just because she said it, that's at her discretion. Now, definition of it is basically a woman that presents forward a female presenting forward as male, strong, confident, every quality that a male shows. Most males, many male. Okay, let's just stick with many male would show as being a masculine persona is what she means. Not to deep. Let's just listen to her. Oh my gosh.
I had said that myself from YouTube and I wasn't a lesbian like Kristen Stewart is, they probably would have hit it. But I guess lesbians are embracing this word. And she says, it was really effing fun to be allowed to have the little dykey sister be the main protagonist in a movie. That's never.
Well, she could be able to say effing, but she could say dykey, but she can't say effing. Might as well go for it. Just grab the bull by the horns. Just go for it. Okay, you just ask for forgiveness later, right?
The main character in a movie. That's never the one that you want to F. I mean, that's the one some people do, but not the one that you are prescribed to want to F.
If you've been wanting to launch an idea and you're like, I don't know what to do. I don't have any tech skills. I don't have a big team.
Yeah.
Oh, so raunchy. This is just such a classy interview. And then it goes on and he's describing what's happening.
Let me just go ahead and just put this out there and forward. Rolling Stone magazine are very, very well known for their in-your-face interviews. They're known for it. You're gonna any interviews that Rolling Stone has done. Okay, you're gonna hear or see something that is definitely like out of your frail sensibilities, that makes you uncomfortable. Rolling Stone is known for this. This is not new. This is not new for Rolling Stone. As a matter of fact, I am appreciative that Rolling Stone is not being so conservative anymore and bringing back some of the grittier, the being grittier, being in your face, powerful, making an impact. Okay, it's been years since I read a Rolling Stone magazine. But I mean, up until now, and maybe earlier from now, that they're stopped being so docile and conservative and being more in your face. Here's Kristen Stewart. Here's our interview. Listen to her speak. Listen to what I write. Read what I write. Yeah. Moving on.
It just with him dealing with her. And again, we're back to this beer narrative. He writes, a few minutes later, she wanders off again. She just keeps walking away from me, she narrates in my perspective, and returns from the biohazard fridge with 2 Coors Lights. You can have a beer.
Let me see here real quick.
Here, if you want, she announces. I'm going to have one. Ooh.
Okay. Yeah, once again, cherry picking. This is annoying. So whatever her reserve on film, today Stewart is an excitable, spring-loaded quality. And then she seemed to skip that part. Soon after we begin talking, she wanders off, not preamble, to change from black leather workman shoes into sneakers. I'm a soft shoe guy, and I went somewhere today and I got dressed for whatever. But now I'm like, why the why the fuck am I doing in these big shoes? It's basically that she is just making herself comfortable. It sounds like it to me. I mean, you don't change your shoes from like those little pin stiletto heels into some flats so that you will be be more comfortable. Failing to see the problem with that. A few minutes later, she wanders off again. She just keeps walking away from me, narrates from my perspective. Excuse me. Whew, pardon me. And returns from the biohazard fridge with 2 Coors Lights. That sounds courteous to me. As a matter of fact, that sounds very typical of rock style persona to me.
Hazard fridge with 2 Coors Lights. You can have a beer if you want, she announces. I'm going to have one. Ooh, cool. Oh my God. Now girls are going to look at this and be like, oh, it's so cool. The dykey little sister is now the protagonist, which means they want, if this is what's coming down the pipeline in Hollywood,
that is being courteous. I don't think that is dykey. I think it's just being courteous. I'm going to offer your interviewer a beer. They're the guests of your home. Failing to see the problem with that. Oh my goodness. And, I'm just not liking, the point of this stream is that I'm just not liking this tone here. That she feels it's a good idea to, I don't know, mock it. I mean, that, my dear, is unprofessional. I know, because I'm not professional myself. Moving on.
Want women to embrace this sort of protagonist role in their own life. It's cool to be the dykey little sister, as she writes, swigging beer with your legs open and your hand in your crotch like a dude.
I don't think that she did all that at the same time. That was a photo shoot. Oh, Lord. Goddess, help me. Okay. Goddess, please come down and help me. Please. Okay, Goddess, I need your support.
And we're supposed to perceive this as, oh my gosh, yay, women are finally free from the goal of having to be women. Oh my gosh, no, this is not freedom. This is enslavement. This is cultural enslavement by telling.
Okay. Now, I'm hoping that I think that she spoke about it the first time I listened to this, but I didn't quite grasp exactly what she mean by enslavement. So I'm let's listen to her, okay? Let's just listen to her. Let's listen.
Telling women that every natural proclivity that they have is wrong, by telling women that everything that shouts at them biologically, wanting to aspire to be beautiful, wanting to meet a prince in your life, wanting to get married and to have children is wrong, which is so funny.
I don't think that she said that at all. I don't think that's what she's saying. That's I think you're missing the point. Okay, you can have that hope and wish that you would meet that Prince Charming someday, that you can dress feminine and you could wear, you know, makeup, foundation, brow products, mascara, lipstick, nail polish, wear floofy clothes. If that's your prerogative, if that what makes you comfortable, then there's nothing wrong with it. Go for it. But if there is something else that makes you feel comfortable, that makes you feel comfortable in your own skin and in your own mind, and that's basically your house. You deck. Let's put that. That's a great analogy, girl. That's her house. She decorates it any way that she wants. This is your house. The way you look right now, you decorate the way you want. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing absolutely wrong with having that out of the have that not out of ordinary. That's not beginning to sound like her. There's nothing wrong with expressing your true self. Now you're gonna have to realize and understand that Kirsten Stewart is an artist. Okay, she is an artist and she could be able to express herself in any way, shape, or form that she chooses. So maybe today that she might have kick back with some sneakers and a Coors Light. I mean, the last paragraph that you read is exactly that. She changed her shoes and also, took in a Coors Light. That's fine. But, you know, what's the matter if you decide to don on a pair of jeans and some Converse sneakers? What's wrong with that? Does that take away your definition of your femininity? Or femininity. Femininity. There we go. Does it take that away from you as how you define as you being you? Because she's doing her own thing. What are you doing?
Funny because at the same time, they want to convince you that the patriarchy is all around us. That in order to escape the patriarchy, you have to, in many ways, escape yourself. And it's so evident that that just simply isn't the circumstance whatsoever.
No, she is not escaping herself. She is embracing herself. There's a difference. There's a huge, huge difference with that. She's embracing herself. She's not escaping herself. She is escape. She's escaping what society is dictating the way that she should be, as society dictates. But she's not escaping herself. I'm seriously feeling that she is in full embrace.
Because they routinely dismiss women and give them names for embracing a traditional lifestyle. The only women in this society that are oppressed or are treated horribly by the media are the women that are actually happy, right? And nothing about Kristen Stewart's life and anything that she put into this article reads to me as somebody that is happy and somebody that is secure. It reads.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you again there. If she's not happy of what she's doing, it's obviously she wouldn't do it. Duh. She wouldn't do it. Okay? That's why that you're not seeing her in any more of those romantic vampire stories anymore. Hello. She's moving on. She is evolving. She is moving herself forward. She is expressing herself that she knows that within herself is right. Yeah, and basically it's like, if you don't like it, screw you. Don't look at her. How about that? You don't like it? Don't look at her. Moving on.
To me like someone who is trying very hard to continually be subversive. And it's just simply not necessary. So I hope that people recognize this, that these two extremes that we're constantly being told that women have to be, like you have to be overtly sexy and constantly trying to get attention and being naked, or you have to.
Look, okay, look. Okay. Now, what you're not understanding, okay, being naked. She wasn't naked. Everything that is pertinent about her is covered. She was not naked. You didn't see, her full bosom. You did not see her vajayjay. You did not see that. You see a picture of her grabbing her vajayjay. Because you know why? Do you want to know why that she grabbing her vajayjay? Because it belongs to her. She is owning herself. She is owning who she is and what she feels that if that's who she is and she wants to show it, girl, go for it. Do it. Okay? I don't exactly see this lady here grabbing her vajayjay at any time. Moving on.
To just rinse yourself of femininity altogether and be a man. And I am existing to tell women.
She never said that she was a man. Kristen Stewart never said that she was a man. Just because that she is being a little bit more masculine forward these days, until that you heard Kristen Stewart says, I'm no longer female, I am a man, then at this point in time, she is female, identifies as female, or rather more fluid. Okay? She could be fluid. She can be able to sway in either direction. That's what fluidity is. Okay, fluidity means that if she wants to be more feminine, she can if she wants to. If she wants to portray more male, then she can if she wants to. That's the reason behind fluidity. She wants to be androgynous. Then there you go. You have the best of both worlds. She is. I really seriously feel that naive. I'm hearing naivety. She's being very naive here. And if she is a news reporting, I'm seeing that there's a lot of passing of judgment here. And two, she's naive to exactly the LGBTQ community. Plus, forgot the plus. But I feel that she's being naive here.
That no, actually, just live your life, be normal, be traditional. It is so cool to simply be normal. Stop telling them that you have to add.
What's normal? What is normal? What is traditional? What is normal? I mean, I understand traditional, actually. I understand traditional. But what's traditional to you may not be traditional to Kirsten. Does that make any sense? And what is normal? What is normal? I hate that word. I can't stand that word. Normal. Normal has yet to be truly defined. Are you referring to what is society normal? Are you referring to gender normal? Okay, because we're talking about Kristen Stewart here. Okay? And she is like a movie superstar. Okay? Love her. As a matter of fact, let me see. How does she identifies as gender? I mean, Hey, Bella, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Oh, yeah, I remember her in the Panic Room. She plays a little girl in the Panic Room. And it's like 22 years ago. Oh, my goodness. There's got to be more here. And by the way, that the Rolling Stone magazine is available. You can read it yourself. I'm going to. Da, 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 da. I'm just going to have to do. Very fluid. This is it. I'm seeing more gay. Oh, I know. Pronouns. What are her pronouns? Because I'm nosy like that. Kristen Stewart, they, them. Okay. So I stand corrected. She is gender fluid, identifies as they, them. So basically, Miss
Normalize everything.
Basically, Miss Ma'am, what you're stating here and what you're saying here technically don't hold water. Holds no water. Sorry, hon.
And you'll find that when you live a normal life, when you live a life that, in my view, should be Christ-centered, that you will.
Okay. All right. There we go. Her normal life is Christ-centered. Okay? Which is fine. That's normal for you. But that may not be normal for Kirsten. And again, we're judging. Okay? And that's not your job. Your job is not to judge people whether their lifestyles are. It's not your job. It's not your job. Okay? No one has appointed you to judge on what is normal. That's not your job.
Be so much happier than these people that they're trying to convince you are happy. Balance of nature fruits and veggies are the most convenient way to get whole food ingredients every day. All right, guys, now it's time to read some of your comments regarding episodes past. First set of comments pertaining to yesterday's.
I don't care. So let's go ahead and take a look at her comments. And I seriously doubt that my comment is showing, but we have, people saying, "Oh, love Taylor's music, Black woman." Okay, see. Some people don't like Taylor Swift, and I'm not a fan. I am not a fan of Taylor Swift, okay? Oh, I like hers. So Inspiration Goddess. Black women don't like Taylor Swift is a very bold statement. I agree with you. That's bold. That's a blanket statement. And that's not representative of everybody. I said, did you take a poll? Did you do a research poll of every Black woman around the world and ask them if they like Taylor Swift? Huh. Oh, this is interesting. Selective Social 401. This video have nothing to do with Black women disliking Taylor Swift. No, it's more like why she doesn't like Taylor Swift, not Black women not liking Taylor Swift. Very little. One interview. One. And that panel that she had, oh man. Let me just take a look real quick. That panel, that podcast panel, guys. Right here. It's all men. Let me see. Let me count how many Black women does she have sitting here talking about Taylor Swift. One. Let's see. And, see, huh. Well, let's see. How many Black men does she have there with her? Let's see. Okay, we can go ahead and I will feel somewhat at ease in saying 0. But Black woman, 1. Okay. All right. So, sorry, but you don't represent me. But I can tell you much, okay? She makes for great conversation. Okay? Ooh. But, let's see. She's not wrong knowing, but yes, amazing artist. Okay. That's not a... I'm going to lean on the side with this comment that this person is not Black or female, but the only thing that she has of anybody talking about Taylor Swift is here. This is the only one. This is it. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Listen. So why am I staying up till about past 3 in the morning talking about this? Because I do have an opinion. It's not just hers. Let's see, they do whatever deemed necessary to protect the rest of their staff. I totally get the privacy aspect, but how they're judging the kids by what the parents do. That's right in your very own good book. Okay? That they should be judged by their own merits, not by the merits of the parent. But it's kind of like iffy. It's really iffy. Let's see, if you're right about children, good man to protect the views of their mother and expelling to make them turn to their mother. No institution can successfully do that. That's gay. I love this comment by this person here. But I mean, seriously. Taylor Swift. I'm going to cherry pick just like everybody else does. Stephen Rep versus a phone call. But the phone call that's between Kanye West and Taylor Swift, it's got to be at least close to 10 years old. Man, it's not new. But as far as for what I'm seeing here, wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let's scroll back up to the top. Let's close that up because that's kind of long. Does this person go through her comments? Maybe not this one because it's like 2 days ago and maybe she doesn't go into the comments right away. Maybe. But as far as for this, yeah, you can see all that I watch. Yeah, I love to try, guys. But I'm gonna close this off with just my final statements. I feel in my heart of hearts that, as far as for sin, yes, there are 3 sins is going up in here. The biggest one is hypocrisy. Okay. The other one, well, maybe just as big, is judging another person for their lifestyle and actions. Now, I mean, that is not her job. That is not what she's in the position of doing. Hey, White Picket fans, how you doing, honey? And her tone towards, towards the LGBTQ plus community, I think it's disgusting. And I am passing judge. I judge thee. Disrespectful. If a woman wants to put herself out there to support her family, because I don't feel that we got a complete story on the mom. But judging by her actions, the woman who was making 20 grand a month, okay, to support her family, this is not a side job. 20 grand a month is nowhere near, in my opinion, a side job. This is a full-time career, honey. And who knows, maybe that when she reaches a certain part where that she doesn't have to do that type of work anymore, she'll quit. She'll stop at her own accord, not because you said you busy slut shaming her, which in my opinion is disrespectful. But also that what Kirsten Stewart does and your flippant way of using the word normal, oh, who you judging? This young lady right here. This lady right here. And don't you worry about a thing, because her link is in my description if you'd like to go ahead and see. Okay. Well, kind of looks familiar. I just discovered her today, so she's not familiar to me whatsoever. Okay, I don't know this woman. I'm not sure if I want to know this woman. Because, I mean, as far as for throwing out a blanket statement that a blanket statement black women don't like Taylor Swift. Well, I mean, I'm not a fan of her either. She's shady. She's shady AF. But that's a huge blanket statement. And I don't think it's a good idea to throw out such a strong statement that black women don't like Taylor Swift. And using one interview from an offshoot, okay, of an interviewer, and also having a discussion with a whole bunch of men that have no black women representation present. Sorry, that story does not hold water. Fail. Having now the next story was having a woman's children being expelled from a Christian private school because she has a OnlyFans advertised on her car. I feel that doesn't hold water either, because she's making bank at 20 grand a month. You said so yourself, Miss Lady. So that's not a side hustle. That is a full-time job. And slut shaming her because that is not your career. And I personally dare you to point out where in the Bible that prostitution, specifically that prostitution, is a sin. And that is like common knowledge that prostitution is throughout the body, the Bible. So, yeah. What? Is that the same teacher that was a... I'll tell you more in a little bit, okay? All right, I'll tell you more. I'm going to have you up on panel and we'll talk privately. And also, finally, Kirsten Stewart, okay, hand down in her panties, okay, being sexy AF and took issue for because of her gender identity as being fluid. And the tone is not good. No, girl. No. Hard pass. Okay, so I'm gonna end the stream. Okay, Nima, I'm gonna put a link up for you. Okay, so you can be able to go ahead and join me, and we'll talk after the show. Okay. I'm not sure that I could be able to put it up there after I end this live stream. So here to go. Do-do-do. I know you need the link. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm getting you the link. Oh my gosh, Nima. Oh my gosh. So aggressive. Oh. There it is. Okay. So I'm going to take this woman out because, Miss Ma'am, I'm done with you. Bye-bye. Okay. Got the link? Got the link? Come on. There we go. Okay. I'm bringing you upstage so I can be able to go ahead and get off the stream. Okay? Go ahead. Cover up. Okay.
Well, we're
Alrighty.
not on YouTube no more. I can be uncovered.
Okay.
Unless you just
I
don't
am.
want to see my beautiful, gorgeous face. I don't really know. I don't care.
I'm about to end the stream now.
Oh, well, end it.
Okay. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.